Thank you. Did you get something? Okay. All right. North Smithfield Town Council, September 15, 2025. Madam Clerk, can you start us with a prayer and the pledge, please?
I'd just like to quickly ask if everybody could remember Charlie Kirk during your this moment of silence, please.
Thank you for bringing us together today in a spirit of generosity. May we honor one another by keeping an open mind. May we voice our truth and listen with an open heart. May we discern your will to unite in a fruitful outcome. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Would anyone like to sign up for open forum before we start? Anyone? Okay. All right, roll call, please. Mr. Beauregard?
Here.
Mr. Cristofaro? Mrs. O'Hara? Mr. Punchak?
Here.
Ms. Alves?
Here. Open forum pursuant to 42-46-6D, maximum 3 minutes per person. Maggie Newton.
Maggie Newton, 47 Summit Ave. So this is in regards to the sidewalks on Summit and White Parkway. So 2 meetings prior, council member had brought up the safety concerns for our sidewalks. There have now been cones with caution tape going across the path of all of the sidewalks in our neighborhoods, now blocking essentially the use of the sidewalks. We have 4 families that walk with children in strollers, with dogs, plus multiple other residents walk and run the neighborhood. And I have talked to many of our neighbors recently. Nobody was complaining about the sidewalks prior to that being brought up to the council. And obviously we understand that the cause of the sidewalk bumps are due to the tree roots. So, I mean, we've lived there for 11 years. We've never really had a complaint about them. The issue with the cones and the caution tape are that now we walk in the street. Most of our neighbors, I will say, are respectful and cautious when driving through. However, some are not, and the delivery drivers like FedEx and Amazon are definitely not cautious coming through our neighborhood. So now I feel like it's more unsafe with the cones and the caution tape there than it was with just the lifted pieces of sidewalk. Obviously, I know that this project is not a top priority of the town, nor do I think it should be. I don't think it's that pressing of an issue, nor do many of the neighbors that I talked to. I know that last meeting, you guys said that the engineers would have to kind of come out and assess what it would look like for that project. I know that that stuff takes time to go through and assess and create a plan. And obviously with the cost of everything going up, you know, I'm sure that's not gonna be like a cheap project to do. So if I could just offer like a few considerations for the council on this project. One is, in talking to my neighbors, we definitely don't want the trees cut down on the road verge that buffers the sidewalks and the road. They produce a lot of shade for us in the summertime when we walk. And then a possible fix that could be less than replacing the sidewalks, potentially just leveling out some of those lifted pieces with concrete, sort of just to make like a smooth, I guess, path to walk over instead of like the actual lift there. And then I guess when all of this is being figured out, knowing that the timeline could vary, if we could at least get the caution tape removed, maybe leave, leave a cone either like at the side of the lift just to alert people that it is there, because I'm sure now that's like a liability issue that it's been brought up, or just spray paint where the lift is in the sidewalk as like, hey, this is here. It would allow us to at least be able to use the sidewalks in the time being while all of that's being ironed out and figured out what the next, I guess, fix would be. But with late fall and now winter coming through, like, we still have people that walk those sidewalks every day, me included. So to be able to just have a place, you know, we know the bumps are there. It's kind of part of the charm of the neighborhood. So if we could at least have DPW maybe take the caution tape down, that would at least give us use of our sidewalks while this is being figured out. So thank you for your time.
Okay, what's your name again?
Maggie Newman.
Maggie, I haven't met you before.
No, I said we met very briefly, like during election time at polls. So that, yeah.
You're very natural up there. You should really consider running for office or being put on or being on a committee. You know.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
If I can respond to that only, I know it's not supposed to be a response process, but what I'll do, and I think Councilman Beauregard raised an issue that since this was a public topic, does that increase liability to the town? I'll reach out to the Rhode Island Trust tomorrow and talk about this issue with them and get some feedback.
Okay.
Clearly, if they feel that those kinds of solutions are fine, then we'll have the Public Works Department address it immediately.
Even if there's maybe just signs posted, like, you know, careful, there's uneven surface or something, you know, like something to the effect that, because, I mean, I hate to say it, not many places in town have sidewalks, so to have a community area that has sidewalks that you can walk and enjoy the neighborhood is probably part of the reason you moved there, and be able to utilize them would be great. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
If you'd like, and you can leave your contact information with me, I'll give you an update on that once I get feedback. Okay?
All right, no one else for open forum? Okay. North Smithfield Town Council sitting as the Board of Licensing. A, discussion by council vote or other action on mobile food truck license. Owner, Titus 278 Incorporation, DBA Chick-fil-A, location to be at the Pumpkin Fest, expiring date of December 1st, 2026. Is there anyone, are you here? Yeah. You want to go up to the podium, please? Hi, could you just state your name and your address just for the record?
My name is Sophia Bertrand. I'm not a resident of North Smithfield. My address is 916 Mendon Road in Cumberland.
Okay. Do you want to just give us a little information about this license?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a mobile food trailer. The original plan was to be at Pumpkin Fest, but we were informed that there was already a vendor selling chicken sandwiches, so we're unable to be there this year. So really the goal for us in acquiring licenses from different towns is just in case there are future events that we'd like to participate in, we have the option to.
Okay. All right. All right, so Madam Clerk, is everything in order?
So everything is in order, but you would need to file again another application if you have nothing coming right now,
Nothing right now.
because they're good for a year,
Okay.
okay? So once the council approves, I just want to clear up a little matter of once the council approves the license, we do not release it until we have every document. So you're approving us to move forward, and we may be sometimes waiting. Usually we know, but sometimes we don't have the rejection right away. The application has been submitted to the state or whomever. But sometimes we don't have that back, but we'd like to get council approval so we can move forward. So let us know, try to do it earlier so that we can submit it once we have every document.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you still want to move forward with this one?
Yes, please.
Okay, this would be expiring in December.
Okay.
So it'd be expiring this December, or 26? It says 26.
Oh,
The
wait a minute,
agenda
hold on.
says 26.
Oh, yes, December. Well, the reason why we have 26 is because we thought you were going to participate at the fair.
Gotcha.
So if there's an event coming up and they're applying this late, we give it to them for a year. So that's the council's decision if they want to do that or not.
All right, so you don't have any events scheduled in town right now, right?
No, we don't.
So maybe it'd be better just to come back when you do have a date
Okay.
certain, and then we can see where the date is and extend it to wherever we need to extend.
Yeah,
Would
absolutely.
that be fair?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, so,
So do we need to make a motion to deny? No, just,
I recommend they just to withdraw the application at this time without prejudice.
so we're just gonna make a motion to do that?
Yeah, that works.
Okay, so just make a note on the record that the vendor Titus has withdrawn their application for the time being until date certain. Okay, thank
sounds
you.
good. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We can refund you the money if you know it's not going to be till next year, but the new applications will start again December. Okay?
Thank you. Discussion by council vote or other action on special event liquor license annual fundraising event DBA Knights of Columbus, location at 79 St. Paul Street.
Tom Signa, 71 Bellingham Road, Blackstone, Mass.
Thank you. And this is your annual event, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Madam Clerk, everything in order? All right, does anyone have any questions?
Negative.
Anyone like to make a motion?
When does this expire? December 1st of?
This is usually just for one
just for the
event.
one event?
Yes.
Okay. I will make a motion to approve the special event liquor license for the annual fundraising event of the Knights of Columbus at 79 St. Paul Street.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Thank you. You're all set.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Discussion by council vote or other action on collective bargaining, International Brotherhood of Police Officers, Local 410. I just want to put on the record that unfortunately we can't open the public hearing tonight due to the fact that the contract needs to go to the Budget Committee for their review and to submit a fiscal impact to the town. That has not transpired yet. So do we have a date certain when we might be able to do that?
Yes, DJ is attempting to schedule a meeting next week,
Okay,
of which they will be reviewing the fiscal impact side of the contract.
okay. And then will they, so do they plan to get back to us within 2 weeks or so?
Yes.
All right. So,
I told DJ that time was of the essence, and he understands that, and said he'll work with us on it.
okay, so now we need to repost, correct?
We don't have to advertise this according to council.
You don't need to advertise, you need to have, by your charter and by
Just
your
for date
ordinance, you
certain.
have to have a public hearing, and there are deadlines between presentation, determinations by the TA to the council, and the deadline period, the timeline between the time you receive it and the time you can have a public hearing and the time you can vote. And those are all laid out. But advertising in the newspaper is not required
Okay.
in this particular case.
So we just need to go to date certain for the public hearing. So would it be safe to say the second meeting in October?
I think that's appropriate. The only problem that I have now, I've got a lot of problems, but this problem is that Vincent Ragasta is out of the country from September 29th through October 27th. I would have liked to have had Councilor Ragasta at the meeting because he's the most knowledgeable about this, but we may have to just go without that and just, defer to the chief's knowledge on this.
Okay. So do we want to set it for this last meeting in October for now?
I think that's fine, because I know that the Budget Committee will definitely respond in time.
Okay. All right, so can we table this public hearing to the second
October
meeting?
20th?
Yeah, please.
Okay.
Okay. Discussion by council vote or other action on consent agenda. All items listed in this section are considered in one motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a councilor requests in which event the item will be removed from the consent agenda. A, town council minutes of August 4th, 18th, and September 2nd. Communications of Animal Control Monthly Report, North Smithfield Fire and Rescue Monthly Report, North Smithfield Municipal Court Monthly Report, and North Smithfield Police Department Monthly Report for August 2025. Does anyone wish to remove anything from this consent agenda?
I'd like to remove the minutes of August 4th, please.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone want to make a motion to approve the other items on the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the items on the consent agenda as listed, minus the minutes of August 4th, 2025.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
A second.
Any further discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes.
So my only comment on the minutes is the third page, street sweeper discussion, the last sentence, all members voting begrudgingly yes. I don't necessarily think it should say begrudgingly yes. We voted yes.
Thank you, AI.
That's what I figured.
I will remove that.
Thank you.
Is that the only
That was it.
item? All right. Make a motion to approve the minutes of August 4th as amended.
So moved.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Discussion by council vote or other action on payment of bills. Does anyone have anything they'd like to, any comments on the question, payment of bills? Anything? No? Anyone want to make a motion to approve?
I will make a motion to approve the payment of bills for September 15th, 2025 in the amount of $2,340,518.57.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Discussion by council vote or other action on status/progress report items. So for Mr. Cristofaro, the code of conduct will table to the next meeting. Groundwater Protection Committee, review of committee guiding principles and strategies plan, Cynthia and Beth.
Good evening. I'm Cynthia Roberts, 49 Week Street. I'm the chair of the Groundwater Protection Committee.
Beth Newberry, 53 Follett Street, vice chair of the committee.
Hello, everyone. We wanted to forward you our draft of our strategic plan for the Groundwater Committee because we wanted you to be aware that we were creating this, and we wanted you to see what was in it so we could get your feedback on it, your impressions. We also wanted you to know what our process has been because this is the first such strategic plan for this committee. So just a little bit of background. This is a new committee, relatively new in our community. And its first course of action was, it took a while for the kind of first large thing that was done, which was strengthening the 6.19 overlay district for the aquifer here in town. And so a lot of people think that that's what this committee is. So we also wanted to take this moment to zoom out and explain what the committee is about. So in your handout that you received, it's a 4-page document, 3-page, multiple sides. The last part of it is basically verbatim the enabling ordinance that created this committee. And then that was for everyone's background. And then drawing your attention to the first 2 and a little bit on a 3rd page, that is our strategic plan. And basically what our process was for the last number of months has been to have public meetings where residents came to share with us what their concerns are about groundwater. And last year we had a mini grant from the Department of Health. We used that also for needs assessment with the public. We invited a private well water expert to come and provide education on private well water testing. And then basically as a committee, we took what we heard from the community. We looked at the enabling ordinance and then created this very brief document, which our hope is that anyone who could pick it up could understand by reading it exactly what it's about. And I'm just going to turn to Beth to share the air. And do you want to maybe highlight the kind of 5 components of it?
Sure. So one of the things that I want to really point out is that, as Cynthia mentioned, we really did take into consideration both the public's input, and then also we did a lot of work among the committee on deciding where we wanted to go with this based on the ordinance that created the committee. So our key piece is education, we feel, is a really important component. We want to make sure that everybody is sort of starting from the same space and has a common ground to speak or to have discussion on this. We definitely would like to make sure that residents feel engaged, and we've been working very hard at making sure that we are publicizing and have put communication as a piece of this into everything that we do. We want to make sure that we're also bringing you all up to speed on everything that we're doing, so you can see that that's part of this is to present an annual report and also present regularly to the town council and the planning board. And we also do want to reach out to other municipalities so that we can share resources. Data is a huge piece of what we would like to do, making sure that we are looking at data to inform all of our decisions. A piece of the governing document that created this committee was to act in an advisory capacity to you all. So we did put that in our document in terms of making sure that we are using that piece.
Thank you. Thanks, Beth. So with that high-level summary, we just wanted to give you an opportunity to give us feedback. We've also shared a draft of this with the planning board chair, with the 2 staff who work for our planning department, and with our town administrator. This coming weekend, today's Monday, we'll have a table at the Pumpkin Fest where we'll be also engaging residents, getting their feedback with some fun interactive activities. So we're just bringing this for transparency and engagement so that when we do give you our reports, you'll have a basis for knowing where we're coming from. And if you don't have on-the-spot feedback for us, we're also open to hearing from you via email or speaking with you at another date. Oh, and we're trying to finalize this for the end of September optimally. And we are thinking of this as a 1-year pilot. And we acknowledge that most strategic plans are usually 3 to 5 years, but this one will just be 1 year because we just want to try it out and see how it goes. And then we'll adjust based on what we experience over 1 year.
So on your educate section, I mean, you have some great things that you want to do here. So obviously it's over probably the course of the year, right? So how do you plan on getting people to attend? Like how is the way that you're going to get out to all the public? And because obviously you'll probably have like the URI person on one meeting and then, you know, the fire department on another meeting. Like how do you plan on getting this out to everyone so that you will have the attendance, you know, or the interest to get the citizens out to the meetings?
I'll take a first stab and then you can go. So the first part is last year, the way that we got 30 people to come in person to the well water testing was through a press release, and really the press release, and we asked people how they found out about it, and it was mostly by far the Valley Breeze. So giving press releases to the Valley Breeze. We also have a social media account. We actually, as part of the Department of Health mini grant, created an official logo for our group so that people will see it and recognize it and then kind of see our announcements. We're also educating people on how to sign up for Secretary of State auto emails so that, because many people are interested in this. And for example, one meeting recently, we had about 25 people come who found out through a press release that Beth had done. So yeah, probably press releases, social media.
Also, we have been we will be utilizing the town website and the town newsletter for that as well. So.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Good.
Can I ask a question?
Mm-hmm.
Does the original ordinance, what you're doing was great, I'm not saying, but doesn't it go a little bit beyond the original ordinance? And if it does, then would we have to amend the ordinance to include anything in addition to what was on there already?
Yep, thanks for that question. We don't see this as going beyond the ordinance. I do know that, I'll just proactively address this, that there was some back and forth about the term advocacy. So I will draw your attention to, in the enabling language, where it talks in section 2, where number 3, it says act in an advisory capacity of the town to the town council. That advisory capacity is pretty much equivalent in our minds for advocacy. It's like we're learning what residents care about, we are getting educated, we're sharing the education, and through that kind of collective activity, issues get raised, and then we are going to bring them in our advisory capacity, and that is pretty much synonymous with advocacy. I don't know if you want to add to that, but
No, I think you laid it out well.
Okay, thank you.
I mean, the main agenda of the whole development of the committee was to educate, right? So, I mean, as you find things out and you bring it to the council, I think that's just basically what you were told to do in the resolution, right? Or the ordinance.
I think the term advocacy could be interpreted in different ways, and maybe that's why there feels like there's some friction there. But I do think after reflecting on what advocacy really is, it's taking a bunch of individual stories and sharing them collectively. It's actually saving a lot of work, because like we're hearing all of this in the room. When we created the strategic plan with residents, we had a bunch of posters up, we had people doing post-it notes, people telling personal stories. That's a lot of effort for people to share all of those things. We basically took all of that, put it in an Excel spreadsheet, and then created our strategic plan from that. So we're doing a lot of legwork to bring all that information together.
Which should be the purpose of committees for you all. You know, it should be to help you make the best decisions you can for the town. And so we're just trying to make sure that we're doing our job doing that as a committee.
And how often do you plan on reporting back to the council?
Well, we have 2 sections in here, and this is, as I said, kind of something we're going to live into and see what it's like. But we said that we would do at least 1 annual report and then other regular updates. And the committee discussed maybe a quarterly cadence. We're not really sure. That might be too often. You know, time flies. So maybe twice a year, we don't really know. And we can also be responsive depending on what other issues are coming up in town. It might require more, you know, if there's something coming up and we're getting experts to provide us education that we want to then share with you. So we can live into that together and see what that's like.
Great, thank you. Anyone have any other questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Municipal Building Review Task Force. So ECC will be here at our next meeting, but also on this agenda is we wanted to see if there would be a potential for having a special meeting on September 29th due to the construction managers' bids coming back, and they'll be opening them next week. So they just wanted to come back and give some information on that and potentially a recommendation to the council. So I know there's only 3 of us here tonight, but if we can all decide if the 29th would work, and then we can reach out to the other members to see if they would also be able to attend on the 29th.
That's 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Works for you. John, does that
Yeah,
work for
I
you?
can do that. Oh, what's that say? Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. So, Madam Clerk, can we schedule a special meeting for September 29th for ECC? And they will be coming with construction manager updates. Okay. Thank you. Material Sand and Stone, Pound Hill Realty, status of experts, no public comment at this time.
Yeah, the public hearing is set for October 6th. It is being advertised, and we are expecting the draft of the peer review report the end of this week.
Okay, and that will be at the middle school again?
That's correct.
Okay, perfect, thank you. All right. Discussion by council vote or other action on implementation of section 310-11 of the Code of Ordinance, no parking and limited parking traffic control devices specifically on south side of Union Square to Park Square. Ms. O'Hara and Mr. Biragad.
Ms. O'Hara not being here, this was really her, she took the wheel on this one. If we can just continue it when she's here.
All right, and just going forward, there's not really anything for backup, so if we can get something specific that we want to talk about on this item, if you could let her know that.
Okay.
North Smithfield Town Council sitting as Board of Water Commissioners. Discussion by council vote or other action on Slater Court connecting to the town water system. Mr. Dakota.
Good evening, Bill Dakota, 143 Black Plain Road, North Smithfield, Rhode Island. I'm the Water and Sewer Superintendent. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hi, I'm here tonight because Mr. Godfrey is looking to build 5 houses on Slater, called Slater Village at 270 Main Street. And so the 5 houses are very small impact on the water supply. And I don't have a problem with this at all, so he's seeking your approval.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Dakota?
So my only question would be, this indicates, as for the bedroom count, I would anticipate them to be 3-bedroom homes. What happens if they're all 4-bedroom homes? Does that change anything? Like, is he limited to 3-bedroom homes and that's okay on the system? Does the 4th bedroom put, a burden on the system?
The 4th bedroom wouldn't put a burden on the system. I mean, a 3-bedroom house is an average of 300 gallons per day. It's a relatively small amount, so if you add the bedroom and it was to go up to 500, it's still relatively small amount of water. No impact. I mean, that's what he said to us. I don't see it getting much bigger than that. There is the possibility that he adds the bedroom, but it wouldn't be much of an impact.
Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Anyone want to make a motion?
I will make a motion, let's see, to approve the connection of Slater Court to the public water system.
Does that have to specifically mention 270 Main Street, or?
I believe so, yep, Slater Village, 270 Main Street.
Okay.
So Slater Court at 270 Main Street. To connect to town water, formerly known as the Slatersville Public Water Supply.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. House.
Yes. Thank you. New business, or you want to stay up there?
Yep.
Discussion by council vote or other action on recommendations from North Smithfield Sewer Commission, Mr. Dory and Mr. Dakota. 1 Village Haven / Dog Pack LLC requests to credit to 2025 sewer use bill and Slater Court connecting to the town sewer system.
Hey, everybody. Bill Dory, Sewer Commission Chairman. So we'll tackle Village Haven first. So we came to you guys last year with the same issue. As you guys know, EDUs for commercial properties are calculated based on the Rhode Island DEM rules establishing the minimum standards. Based on that calculation and the number of seats that are in Village Haven, the correct calculation is 34 EDUs, which is about $23,447.42 bill that would go to the Village Haven. But based on their water consumption, they actually are only using 4 EDUs every year. But we also acknowledge that there's a chance that they could expand during the year, but we don't ever think they'd go above 13 EDUs, even if they were using the full restaurant, or they expanded, or started to expand into it. So once again, we're coming to you and asking you to credit them as if they were at 13 EDUs, which would be a $14,482.23 credit. Pending any questions?
And like you said, their usage has actually gone down since last time we spoke, right?
It's gone down a little bit. I mean, it was only through September 9th, so we didn't have a full year, but it does look like it's bounced around, but it does look like it's gone down a little bit. It still would fall around 3.5, 4 EDUs, depending on where the calculation actually came in at. But like I said, this is sui generis. This is a very unique situation, so I don't think it's really applicable to almost anything else in town. It's so grossly disproportionate, and we have the numbers. That's why we supported this when it came last year. But based on the ordinance, we have to reject it at our level, and only you guys are capable of giving the credit if you so want to.
I mean, it doesn't even make sense. I mean, it's not like they have banquets every night of the week. You know, they're not even open every night of the week. So I agree. I'm with you on that.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully one day they'll be open every single night of the week,
great.
selling
Right.
fine Portuguese food in a giant restaurant that could, I don't have to wait 2 hours to get a seat, you know? Just saying, guys, come on, man. Everybody wants it.
Okay, thank you.
It just
Keep
makes-
forgetting I'm on YouTube, you know?
It just makes sense.
So now you're gonna have your own assigned seat, you'll be able to get on at
I'll
any
probably
time.
someday, maybe I'll get a seat with my name on it. EDU King, I don't know.
All right, anyone want to make a motion or any other questions?
I will make a motion to approve the credit of $14,482.23 to Dog Pack LLC to account for the reduction in water and sewer usage.
That's a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion?
Best lobster biscuit in the state.
What'd you say?
Best lobster biscuit in the state.
Did you second, though?
I'll second, sure.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, Slater Court connecting to the town sewer. So, at this point, Mr. Godfrey is looking to create 5 houses. Each house, as Bill said prior, generates about 300 gallons per house. That's 1,500 gallons per day, with a peak discharge rate of around 6,000 gallons. Right now, we have an excess capacity on that particular site of 46,000 gallons. So we're well within the tolerance levels. From a sewer commission's perspective, we have absolutely no problem from a flow perspective of connecting. So there's no reason for us to reject this, pending any questions.
So the sewer commission is approving this, or has?
We approved it at our level.
Okay.
Ultimately, it's for you guys to approve, but we didn't see any problems with it. There's more than enough capacity right now to accept these dwelling units onto the system.
Okay.
You guys will make sure I notice the Wright Pierce comments about the documents not meeting the town's ordinance, you guys are gonna make sure that whatever.
I wouldn't have anything to do with that. We noted that, and that'll be when they connect, at that point, Bill will step in and make sure that they meet those requirements, but from a sewer commission perspective, that's outside our purview. We just noted it for the Wright Pierce does a really good job and noted it for the record, and I do believe that some of those were gonna be amended on the final plan, or were amended on the final plan.
Those final plans come in for comments, and if they're missing from there, we just add them in. If they need a backflow, or if they need a shut off, for whatever's there, those come in for comments, we take care of that at that point.
Thank you.
Okay.
Any other questions? You want to make a motion?
Since I'm on a roll.
Might as well, you're the only one, right?
I'll make a motion to approve the connection of Slater Court to the town sewer for the 6-lot subdivision at 270 Main
It
Street.
says 5 lots. 6
Oh,
lots.
it's,
It's 5 houses, but yeah, there are 6 lots. but
there's
only
6
only
lots,
5
he's
of them are
doing
connected.
Okay.
5 and then 1.
All right, we have a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Thank you.
Have a nice night.
You too. Discussion by council vote or other action on Department of Public Works, award of bid for brine setup. Mr. Pendergast.
Good evening. You should have in front of you a memo to purchase one Honda engine, pump, and boom for a new wireless controlled brine machine. We already have the 1,000-gallon tank. It hasn't worked in a few years. Everything's rusted out. This is the new technology. This is the new way to go. So if you agree with this and approve this, then I can go into the next step and get an agreement with Woonsocket to purchase the brine from them, as we always have. That'll be a separate thing once I get that. Oh, the price is $17,088.25. That's through the Sourcewell Master Price Agreement, which we've used in the past. And we're taking this out of the operational budget for snow and ice removal. This will be a savings for snow and ice, as we've seen in the past.
Anyone have any questions? So after this purchase, what will that line item be at?
Approximately 133,000.
Okay. Is there any chance you would have what we spent last year?
In 1 second, yes, I can.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. Just give me 1 second. I just have to pull the report.
If I could make a note about that, for the last 3 years, we've pre-treated with granular. So this will be a substantial savings, as it
Okay.
was the 1 year we did it. As long as it doesn't rain within 24 hours.
So
What's
you
the Farmer's Almanac saying this year about snow?
I'm getting 2 different stories, so I'm not really sure. Gonna have to go talk to some farmer out here.
So if it rains, we have to use salt. If it doesn't rain, we can use
If
brine.
it rains prior to a snowfall, we don't pre-treat because it just washes away.
$135,018.
Oh, so we would be right in line with last year.
We budgeted for 130.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Anyone have any other questions?
I don't.
Want to make a motion?
I will.
Thank you.
I will make a motion to approve the purchase of the Legacy APB brine dispensing unit.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Discussion by council vote other action on approval of contract, North Smithfield Fire and Rescue Records Management System. Chief Shadier.
Good evening. I'm here this evening for request for funding and to sign the contract for a new records management system. The U.S. Fire Administration, which collects all data for fire responses for every fire department in the nation, has changed the way that they're collecting data in the reporting platform. And the current platform that we're using now, TriTech Central Square, is not going to be supporting that system. So we need to change our reporting system before January 1st. We went out and we looked at some quotes from different companies, and we felt that the one that best suits our needs is EPR Fireworks. And we were able to negotiate a 3-year deal with them. The first year is going to be $9,738. Excuse me, I'm sorry, $9,738, and then the other 2 years would just be $7,738. Typically, if you do a year-to-year, they have a built-in 3% increase per year, but we were able to negotiate with them and keep that 3% from not happening. So we're just looking for approval to be able to use the funds from 120 and have the contract signed so that we can get the ball rolling on this.
And we have funds in 120?
As of currently, there's funds supporting this purchase. As it says in my memo, in future budget years, the chief would likely look into having this be supported by the general fund through the regular budget. Because, as we know, we have an asset issue with the fire trucks and the rescues. So we need as much money in that account as possible to be able to purchase those vehicles in the future. So given that this is mid fiscal year, I figured Fund 120 can support it for the first fiscal year, for that year, and then going forward, it should be adopted by the general fund. That's up to the council, obviously, at that time to decide, but that's what my memo.
So you would obviously pay this up front, though, correct?
Yeah, so the Fund 120 would support that for this fiscal year, and then fiscal year 27, it would be supported by the general
Then
fund.
it would just, okay.
Which would be the 7738. It would
Okay.
be 2,000 less in the year 2 and year 3. So just the 9738 is the upfront cost, 2 of which is for the training.
Okay.
So there's a current system in place. Do you know what you're paying for that current system?
So what'll happen with that, yes. It's a multi-module system. It's a computer-aided dispatch system. It's the records management. So what would happen is we would be able to drop the records management portion of that. We would just need to keep the computer-aided dispatch portion of that. So there would be some reduction in cost on that side.
You don't know the amount, though?
I would, no, I wouldn't. I don't know that.
I could look it up, and if you give me a second.
I believe the cost for TriTech IMC per year is $3,900, but what we're gonna save in those modules, I'm not quite sure, once we drop those.
Chief, what was the old software called, TriTech?
Yes, TriTech Central Square.
I think we just paid $3,900 for this year, but like I said, we would be able to drop some of the modules that we use.
And they allow that to be dropped?
They'll allow it to be dropped, but they get you on the other end, because now what they do is they charge you a maintenance fee to maintain those records into the new system, the old records into the new system. So
Okay.
there would be a fee for that.
Okay.
I have TriTech software systems.
Yes.
May 20th, 2025, the annual contract amount was $21,267.
No, that's PD.
That's okay.
It's like, wow, you're saving a lot of money.
Maybe it's another, under a different name. We had looked it up when we were analyzing everything, when I was
Is it
talking.
under Central Square? No?
It might be, yeah. I believe it, that's who we write it out to, Tony, is Central Square. That's the invoice. I'm 99% sure it was $3,900 for this year.
Yeah, when we were looking, that rings a bell too. I just wanted, if the council wants an exact amount, I can pull it. Because when we were analyzing this, we're kind of going back and forth on what to do and which vendor to choose. We looked at what we were already paying.
So 3,900 is for their full service or just for the module with the records?
That's for the full service.
Yeah,
Full
sorry,
service.
$39.35.
Okay.
That's
So
what it was.
a portion of that will go away.
Correct.
Sorry, it took me so long.
That's okay. Right on the spot. Okay. And when would this go into effect?
As soon as the administrator can sign the contract, I'll let EPR's Fireworks, let them know, and I'll get the contract over to them, and we'll get this rolling.
Okay. Anyone want to make a motion for Chief Fiordia?
I will make a motion to approve the contract for EPR Fireworks for the records retention program, and authorize the administrator to sign the contract.
That's a motion. Is there a second?
Second?
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. Thank
Very
you.
good. Thank you.
Discussion by council vote or other action on communications from town administrator. Mr. Gibbs, grant writing status.
In your package is the table. I have amended it slightly to incorporate, where possible, submittal dates for the grants, which was requested by Councilperson DeCristofaro. Main activity, we're having conversations right now with Rhode Island Housing regarding the municipal technical assistance program, which we're looking to fund the next stage of the TIF Route 146 project. We have some differences of opinion on some elements of that. We're currently trying to work those out. Also had some feedback from USDOT under the Safe Streets for All program. I think there's some confusion on the USDOT level. We'll try to clarify those as well. And finally, we're gearing up for the green bond with DEM as it relates to parks and recreation. We're going to be circling back with the town council probably late October with a definitive idea as to the money that we're going to apply for that would address several improvements at Pacheco Park, including replacement of the play structure and making that handicap accessible. But we're currently getting clarification on that with budgets and stuff, and we'll be coming back in October to discuss that.
A lot of things in motion.
Yeah. A lot of things in motion and a lot of ambiguity in Washington.
I
So
know.
it's difficult.
Okay. Anyone have any questions? Okay. Route 146 feasibility status?
We've received the draft feasibility report. My objective is to finalize that feasibility report by the end of the week. Nothing earth-shattering other than it reaffirmed what our position was early on in this project. So we're hoping to move past that stage and possibly get the money from Rhode Island Housing under the Municipal Technical Assistance Program so we can then proceed to the next stage, which would be more definitive planning on the TIF initiative, market study, as well as looking at the land use regulatory structure for that district, because we're proposing, if this project goes forward, to adopt a separate zone for that 146 corridor. I would even say that we need to adopt that regardless of whether or not we go forward with the infrastructure, because we're concerned about the current trajectory of some development along that corridor.
Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, just, what was that last part you just said?
Yeah, an element that we need to address is the land use regulatory structure, the zoning and subdivision regulations. The goal is that we're going to advocate for the adoption of a new zone for 146, not an overlay zone or making part of an existing zone, but a whole new zone that reflects the vision for that corridor. We're concerned that development trajectories may get ahead of us on this thing, and we may be responding to some projects that are not consistent with the vision. For example, have a corridor full of gas stations and self-storage units. So we want to make sure that we get ahead of that, get those in place so that we're at least in control of what happens, so that we don't end up winning the battle but losing the war on this thing. But that's way down the road. We still need to get the money and then actually put together the zoning and subdivision regulations for that corridor, and that will have to go through all the process. Ultimately, the town council has to approve that new ordinance.
All set. Next one is asset management program.
We expect to come back to the council in late October with a definitive proposal as to how the asset management group is proposing to spend the money that has already been budgeted for this. We've been having a great relationship and getting some really exciting directions. We're just waiting. We're in the process right now of getting a granular budget breakdown and figure out what we can accomplish within the budget constraints that we have. But I just wanted the council to know that they are meeting on a regular basis, and they're engaged and excited about the next stage.
Okay, and municipal resiliency program.
We completed the workshop last week. About 20 people participated in that workshop. I think it went really, really well. We're expecting the draft report from the Nature Conservancy and the Infrastructure Bank. And what this does, it now sets us up to apply for Rhode Island Infrastructure Bank grants. And in fact, there is a grant program coming up in October, and we now can compete for that since we have accomplished the resiliency planning stage.
Nice. Any questions on any of this?
We will have that final report within 2 weeks, and then we'll obviously at that point share it with the council.
Okay, great. Any questions? Okay. Discussion by council vote or other action on approval of contract for bottled water service at the town hall. Mr. St. Ash?
So we were having a lot of issues with the contractor we were currently using, now Primo. everyone decided they were getting pretty fed up with no deliveries because the previous company was bought out by Primo. And I had reached out to the procurement group around Rhode Island saying, hey, is everyone else having any bottled water issues? Do you guys have any vendors that you can recommend? Everyone agreed that they didn't like what they were receiving from that vendor as well. So I went out to bid. I got 0 bids. So the next step would be to reach out to vendors that since I've gone through the bid process, go to any vendor that I'm aware of that could provide me a quote, which 3 of them was WB Mason, Polar Beverages, and a third one, I forgot the name of it right now. Polar Beverages being the lowest, even in terms of the rental for the coolers themselves, even lower than what we were paying with now Primo. So as soon as if council approves, we can start giving people water again.
May I ask a question? So I don't know if this should bother me, but it kind of bothers me. Why, you're buying water, right? So why do you need the council? Just buy the water. Like, why do you really need the council to be involved in the minutia of something as simple as like, just buy the water?
Well, the reason is because it's a contract, and the cost of the contract over the course of the year supersedes the purchasing laws that I'm bound by. That's why. Otherwise, yeah, we were at the time, because Primo wasn't delivering because of how their acquisition was going, how badly it was going. I had just told DPW and fire or police, just go buy your bottled water, the 5 gallons at Home Depot and Lowe's. Like, I don't care, we'll figure it out later, because it was in the middle of the summer. It was hot and they needed water. So I told him, I said, just go buy the water and I'll figure it out. And eventually, thankfully, we came up with these guys, which is local. It's a local company up in like Southern Mass. I don't remember exactly where. It's kind of like one guy running the whole show. He's very responsive, pretty confident, and we were recommended him by another community, and they said that he was great.
And regardless of all that, the point is, we have to follow the procurement regulations. We have no choice. If we violate it, then shame on us. So if you want, you can change those regulations, let us buy as much as we want to without council approval. But that's why we're doing it, not because we want to go through this process.
Well, I just feel like it's really like micromanaging, like.
Well, no, it's a contract.
I understand, but it's just like.
Yeah, it comes down to
just buy the water.
It comes down to the dollar amount, because it's right. It was right under $5,000, but it's because it's right there, because I want to sign a multi-year deal with these guys, so this isn't something we have to worry about for a while.
Okay.
At that point, it exceeds the $5,000, at least on a multi-year basis. But it's the $5,000 that really holds us to a lot of different things. It stops a lot of purchasing with a lot of the other departments, but that going on a tangent, but yeah. So.
Did we look into actually buying the machines ourselves?
Buying them, yeah, I was with WB Mason. It was going to be a lot more expensive. The problem with that, over the course of time, it might save us a little money, but then at that point, there's no maintenance with the machines.
Okay.
Whereas with all the companies, if you rent them, it's, as far as I'd seen, it was free maintenance.
Okay.
They'll come and clean it like once every other month.
Okay.
Tony, you need to update your address on your letterhead.
Is it the old?
Yeah.
Keep on using old memos. I stole them from Cynthia.
But the people have their water. I will make a motion to approve. I will make a motion to approve the contract for Polar Beverages for bottled water service, and authorize the administrator to sign the contract.
All right, that's a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Roll call?
Mr. Biragad.
Yes.
Mr. Punchak.
Yes.
Ms. Alves.
Yes. And discussion by council vote or other action on boards and committees engagement. Mr. Christopher will have to table that to the next meeting also. Last item is open forum pursuant to 42-46-6D, maximum 3 minutes per person. Would anyone like to speak? Mr. Grubb, would you like to get up?
I don't really want to speak. I want to ask a couple questions. Number one, from the town, am I allowed to ask the town administrator?
Could you just put your name and address in the record?
Richard Grubb, Follett Street.
We're not supposed to go back and forth, but you can present the question, and then
Okay.
he can maybe get back to you at another date if he needs to research.
The question I have is on the TIF report. Have we gone as far as to lay out an idea where that alternate zone might be located specifically? I understand it's on 146, but does it start at the Mass Line, or does it start at the drive-in and go to the Lincoln Line? Is that a question that's reasonable?
Good question.
Mr. Administrator, is that something that's going to come out in a future report, or?
It's defined in the report, but the question is, it does go from the Lincoln Town line all the way down Old Liquiz. I always get confused what the name of the street is when it goes to the right towards the commercial area. It goes all the way down to the intersection of Old Liquiza Pike and the retail or the residential development that was just built. So it's from that point up. We didn't bring it all the way down to where there's already infrastructure, because that would have been redundant. So basically, it's where the infrastructure terminates and goes all the way up to the Lincoln Line.
Okay, thanks. The other thing I just wondered is, does this building have a well, or is it on town water? And I only ask that because of the water discussion.
It's on town water.
Okay. Thanks, that's all I have.
Thank you. Just make note on the record that Mr. Grubb is the only one in attendance for open forum. And then the next one is adjourn. I'd like to make a motion to adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. John?
Aye.
You want to stay?